Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Touching You Talk Show. This is Elder Sheila, and I have yet another special guest in the person of Mr. George Clinkscale. How are you today, sir?
I am absolutely amazing, Sheila, and thank you for having me on here.
Absolutely. So I always ask my guests, how long have we known each other?
Yeah, I think we're just under 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a while, and to know that you actually knew my brother, Harrison Daniels,
Yeah,
his wife, Lady Daniels. That
absolutely.
was such a blessing to know that you knew them from back in the day.
Yeah,
So
those
it is,
two of my favorite people in the world.
yeah. So it is so good to have
Yeah,
you,
those are two of my favorite people.
and I know they love you too as well. So we're actually going to talk about the Praise in the Park event that you're having. But before we talk about that, why don't you tell me about you? Where are you from?
Okay, well, Praise in the Park is an event. This event is called Praise in the Park, the family reunion. And Praise in the Park was something that used to happen maybe 30 years ago. It was a big outdoor concert, gospel concert. And I added family reunion to it because, believe it or not, I've never attended a family reunion before in my life. So
What?
neither side of my family, have I attended reunions on, and nobody's invited me to one. So I'll probably get invitations now. But I just decided to have my own. So Praise in the Park, the family reunion, is this coming Saturday, and the Fair Park grounds at the African American Museum lawn. We'll be outside with a 30 by 30-foot stage, and got some amazing gospel artists coming, and there'll be food vending out there. We're just gonna come out and have a great time at 3 o'clock, from 3 to 9. Initially it was 1, but in consideration of the heat in Texas, we're gonna start at about 3 o'clock. And I realized today that the weather forecast is the high should be around 89. So we should be pretty good with weather.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's God. That's God. So how long have you been coordinating events like this?
Oh wow, Sheila. I've been doing production and promotions for probably 20, 25 years.
Wow, wow. So do you
Yeah.
remember the first artist that you had at the very first event that you coordinated?
Um I absolutely do not. Uh, I remember some of the early on recordings, live recordings that I coordinated.
Mm-hmm.
Trinity Temple Full Gospel Mass Choir. I did all of their live recordings except for one.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Franklin and the Family, the initial one, the very first one. Man, yeah, it's just a lot of them.
Wow.
I did
So
most of Trina Jeffries, Sister Cantaloupe. I did all of her live productions.
all
I
right.
think she did about 9 of them. I did 7 of the 9. So yeah, it goes back to quite a bit back in the day, and just never stopped. I didn't have sense enough to quit.
So who is the most famous artist you've ever worked with?
Hands down, Kirk Franklin and the
Kirk
Family.
Franklin. Okay, you go, yeah, you go way back before
Yeah,
you.
and and from there I did tour management on some A-list plays. Vivica Fox, Boris Kojo, the late Richard Roundtree, R&B singer Tank. Just a lot of people.
So how do you do this? I mean, if somebody else would like to do the same thing, what would be the first thing that they would do if they wanted to start coordinating events like this?
I would say the first thing you need to do is understand that you may not make a lot of money. You have to have a desire to do this and a goal in mind. My goal has always been to present good Christian entertainment to the public. So, with that in mind, if I don't make a lot of money, or if I do, I'm okay.
Okay.
And then you got to know how to, get talent in and budget. Who's good, who's not, who's, popular, who's not. Who will the people come and see? So you got to put your ear to the ground, talk to radio announcers to see who's hot, I can't just do a concert based on who I like. That might be boring to the public. So you kind of got to bring the people that the public will come and see.
So how do you get the buy-in from the artists? Do you already know them, or how do you get them to participate?
Well, for me, it's been tenure. I've done this so long. I've developed relationships with a lot of the artists because we were working together before they got famous. So I still have working relationships with them. Other than that, you have to present something to an artist that makes sense to them. With the way the market is today, you got to really be solid in your finances. You got to have some money behind you before you get started. You can't just strike out, try to get people to come in and hope you'll be able to pay them from ticket sales. That doesn't work anymore. You'll find yourself in court being sued. So what I recommend is, they say artists want a lot of money. Well, they do, and then they don't. If you have a relationship with them, you can always get around the fees. Pardon me. But again, it starts with meeting people, being friendly, developing relationships. Everything is about relationship now.
So how do you deal with difficult artists? Sometimes we on the outside imagine artists to be, what's the word for it? Proud,
Arrogant is a good word.
arrogant. That's it. So how do you deal with difficult artists without ruining the relationship?
Well, honestly, when it comes to artists that are prideful and arrogant, I don't deal with them. And I'm just being honest. I would prefer not to. I don't want to put that on stage. I don't want the headache of dealing with them. That's why most people, some of the artists that have those issues, you only deal with their managers. But even when they come on site to sing, there's just an air you don't want to deal with. So I generally bring talent to town that will get out and hug babies and shake hands. That's just what I prefer to do. They want to touch people. They love people. I don't like to bring artists to town that are stuffy and don't want to deal with the public, because without people, you don't have ministry. Ministry means people.
So how do you get the people at the venue to agree to your event? I mean, is it all about being able to just pay, or is that relationship as well?
Everything is relationship with me. I only go to certain venues that I have relationship with. If you're not willing to, and sometimes it's not even about them bending their fees. I pay their fees. But if you're not nice to my people, I don't want to come to your venue.
I see.
I'll pay your fees, whatever we negotiate. But if you make it difficult for my people to be there, then it's difficult for me to come back and bring my money to your house.
So how unethical it is
I hope
for
that makes sense.
it does. So how unethical is it for the person that may want to do what you do, but they're constantly trying to talk the artist down? What do you say to that person that's always trying to get a deal?
You won't be successful. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. When you're trying to get a deal, it needs to be because you're supporting a nonprofit organization or a charitable something. It has to be something connected to a benefit, not just because you want a low fee this time. That is utterly disrespectful to ask an artist to come off of what they charge to benefit yourself. This is what they do for a living. This is their job. So that's kind of unethical to say, drop what you need to benefit me. You really won't go far with that. And believe it or not, those that do that, their reputation supersedes them. Everybody knows who they are.
Understood. So how did you pick the lineup that you have for the Praise in the Park? How did you select this group?
Well, honestly, Sheila, what I did, as opposed to bringing in other national recording artists from other cities, which would have been the ideal thing to do, I just decided to go back, since it's a family reunion, get people from Dallas Fort Worth area. That's my family. That's my musical fabric. So I just started pulling names of people that I know will give a great presentation on stage, and just decided, you know what, let me just bring them in and do this. And it seemed to turn out very well. One of the main features that I have is I have Pastor Durrell and Latanya Blair, Norris J. Oh man, not Gay Arbuckle. I'm sorry, she was busy. She couldn't make it, but I've got Debette Draper. Oh man, it's just so many. Um, I'm sorry. Oscar Williams from the Potter's House is one of my hosts. James Henderson, young man by the name of Malcolm Christopher. Jonica Castleberry from Fort Worth. And then, I was very blessed to bring a group that's been silent for 30 years. And they were magnificent. Then I was fortunate enough to sit in one of their rehearsals, and they blazed the roof like they never missed a beat. That's the family. Kirk Franklin and the family. The family will be there at the park Saturday evening. So it's going to be a real good concert, and it's only $5.
Yes, very affordable, very affordable.
So
is
very affordable, and the parking is free. When have you been to Fair Park and the parking was free?
Oh, never ever. Usually it's $30 or more. So do you pay at the door, or can you
Everybody pays at the door. You absolutely pay at the door. $5. They'll give you your access wristband. Come on in and let's have a good time.
So you said it's outside. So do people need to bring their lawn chairs and their umbrellas?
You can absolutely bring your lawn chairs, whatever you desire to do. You want to bring a blanket to sit on the ground, you absolutely can. It's just come in and let's have a great time.
So can people bring their cooler, or do they have to buy drinks on the inside?
No, you can buy drinks on the inside. Yeah, that's, Fair Park doesn't allow coolers on the grounds. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we got to, concede to that. But there'll be vendors out there that have food and snacks and whatever you want to do. Yeah.
So what would you say to that artist that would like to be a part of your next event?
I would say at this point, go to Facebook, inbox me your information, and by all means, send me a video clip of your performing. Even if it's in your rehearsal, send it to me. We have a thing going right now through Carmina Barnett, the opening act contest. We're trying to select somebody to open up this concert. So within the next couple of days, we'll make a decision on who that'll be. Okay, and it's not too late for them to get involved in that.
Okay, so where do they need to go?
Go to my Facebook profile and inbox me your name and say that's what you want to be a part of, and attach a video clip of your performance.
Okay, all right. And do you have to be a singer? Can you be a rapper? Can it be spoken word? What does it have to be?
It can be any of the above.
Okay.
It can absolutely be any of the above.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you because I know you have another meeting, but what advice, final words, can you say advice to someone that's listening? Maybe somebody's discouraged. What kind of encouraging word could you give to that person that's discouraged today?
I would honestly say, Sheila, stay true to your dreams. Stay true to what you believe is what God has called you to do. Don't give up. Go out of the box. The bigger your thoughts, the better your ideas come. You'll get more success out of what you're trying to do when you come out of the box. Who knows? You may be the next big hit in what you're trying to create. Don't give up on your dreams. And by all means, put God in the center of it. I don't normally say put God first anymore. Put him in the center of it. If he's in the center, he's the nucleus of everything you're doing. So that makes him first, last, side, all around, in between. You got to put God in the middle of it.
Wonderful.
That's about it. That's the advice I would have. Okay. Other than that, let me see you at Fair Park Saturday at 3:00.
All right. It sounds like a winner. And I have put his Facebook link in the chat. So if you want to be that opening act, if you want to be considered, make sure and go in, send him a message, send him a video, and don't wait too late. What's the deadline date?
I would say Wednesday, 5 p.m.
Wednesday, 5 p.m. Get that video sent in. Well, okay. Well, this has been Touching You Talk Show. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on Saturday at the concert.
Sheila, thank you so much. I love you much, and you
Love
have
you
an
too.
incredible day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.